Broadcasting live from her living room on Broadway. She's your grandma and mine. It's Dragma's Late Night Natterbox. Here's your host, Dragma! I didn't turn the bloody microphone on, did I? Oh my God. I am getting ridiculous. This is getting beyond a joke. Now, hopefully you can hear this now. I'm just going to test. Can you hear this? Yes, okay. Let's skip back about 3 minutes, shall we? Let's start again. Oh, hello! Thanks to St. Winifred's Choir for singing in there for my this evening. It's so wonderful to be here on this Friday night. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. It's what I said. I'm trying to remember what I said. Yes, Rebecca Black sang that song, didn't she? Do you remember that bloody awful song? Well, it is Friday and everyone's looking forward to the weekend. However, at the moment, it just seems like one bloody long weekend, I'm telling you that. Let's see who's watching. We've got Kai Jones. Hello, Kai. We've got Nicole. Hi, Dragma. Alex Waddell. Oh, my fans are in. My regulars. Hello, darlings. It's so lovely that you're joining your favourite Dragma on a Friday night. It's wonderful. Kate Knowles is watching. Hello, Kate Knowles. Geraint's watching. Geraint's saying, Kate Knowles says she thought her laptop was more fucked than Norm's. No, darling, sorry, no, it was Dragma that was more fucked than Norm's. Dragma forgot to press the unmute button, didn't she? The thing is, though, in my studio that I'm in now, like, if I have the microphone on when that music's playing, then you just get this ridiculous sound. It's awful. What are you drinking about? If you were older, I'd worry you were senile. Alex Waddell. I am not old. And I am not senile. Come on, I told you last week how old I am. 22, 4 times I think it was. And do you know what, actually? Do you know what it's like to run a TV studio by yourself in a fish tank? Look at that fish there. Fishy. Hello, fishy. Oh, another one came. I nearly caught one. Nicole says, nice fish. Thank you. Dragma, yes, I am okay. Thanks, Geraint, darling. Yes. Well, shall we see what's coming up on tonight's show? Let's have a look.
Coming up on tonight's Dragma's Late Night Natterbox, we chat espresso martinis with Dragma. This week's lockdown looks looking at high-end face mask couture. We catch up on this week's fake news. All this and more tonight on Dragma's Late Night Natterbox.
All that coming up. Who knew? Who knew? They never tell me what's coming up. I never know. It's a big surprise to me. It's a massive surprise. Hello, Sophie Shears. You are late to the party. Oh, Ken Gabham. Oh, excuse me. I forgot to do my dab. Do you remember last week, the Corona dab? Oh, Corona dab. Yes. Hi, Sophie, darling. How are you? My favourite niece there. Mojito, says Care. The drunk Irish lady's on mojito. Well, I'll tell you what, she was on mojitos at 10 o'clock this morning when I left for my long walk to go to the studio. My long walk to the studio, and Care was drinking it. Yes. Well, Kai Jones, you very rarely write messages on my posts. I'm so glad you are. I shared a house in university with the son of the producer of Grandma We Love You. Friend's dad was also one half of Brian and Michael, who shall matchstick men, the matchsticks, cats and dogs. Well, please do not tell them that I've stolen their music, because they won't be very happy about it, I'm telling you now. Tortillas! Alex is drinking tortillas! Tortillas! Where's my tortillas? I would like to know. You're meant to be the bloody house cook, Alex Waddell, and you're not here bringing me my food. How ridiculous. Yes, mojitos. I love mojitos. Mojitos are fabulous, aren't they? Let's see. Now, Nicole Bird, you could go and fucking shut your bloody beak. Telling me I'm old. How dare you? Me and you are not going to be friends for much longer if you continue with that insidious talking. But somebody did say I was pretty. Who said I was pretty? You are beautiful. Becky, thank you. You're beautiful too, Becky. You're absolutely gorgeous. I know because I can't see you, but I know that you are gorgeous. I think you're wonderful. Thank you. Nicole Dragma, I'm doing my makeup. I don't give a fuck, Nicole. You were very rude to me, and actually, I don't care. For all I care, you can get a bloody Sharpie and scribble all over your face. I'm only joking, darling. I do love you, really. Susan Parle. I am losing it too, daughter. I've been watching last week's again. Well, mother. Well, do you know what? Actually, being my age, it's hard enough, but being my mother's age... But I'm amazed she gets onto Facebook. But she did get onto Facebook. She did get on. She said, but she's been watching last week's again. Last week, that was old news. That was old news. That was 7 days ago's news. You don't want to be watching last week. Look at my fishies, mother. Do you like my fishies? My mum. This reminds me, my mum used to have a fish tank and it had fishes. It was actually quite similar to this one, wasn't it, mother? It was, Ian Swanwick, go to hell. Not an old man. Not an old woman. I could get very angry with you lot. I seriously could. Anyway, get back to the fishies. We were on the fishies. I was talking about fish. You stop it, all of you. Mum, you can talk to me. Sophie Shears, I love you too. Right, fishies. My mother had a fish tank quite similar to this. Matt Robling, hello, darling, how are you? What are you drinking this evening? I would love to know. The fish tank that my mother had was very similar to this one, which I've said about 5 times, so I definitely think I am going quite senile. But anyway, this fish tank that my mother had, it had similar blue and red fish, like these. This one. Like these ones. And do you know what? It had a lid on the top, right? This fish tank had a lid, but it was a little flappy thing that you could open to put the food in. Well, anyway, my mum's fish, well, she thought the cat was going, getting the fish, because in the morning she'd come down and she'd find a fish on the carpet, right? Just a fish flapping about on the carpet. My mum used to go, oh my goodness. But anyway... This happened a few times, and she used to think it was the cat, but then the cat died, which is quite good, because Penny, I used to nickname Satan. She was evil, that cat. She would lure you into this sort of false sense of security, and she'd sit on your lap, and she'd be like, purr, just purring away on your lap, like a lovely, lovely cat, you know? And then... the next thing, you'd be stroking her and she'd be on, having a lovely time. The next thing, the little fucker would just go and sink its teeth into your wrist, and you'd just be like having a cat dangling, like a cat jewellery, like a cat bracelet hanging off you, and you'd swinging the bloody cat around the place like this. Oh, well, anyway, one day it died, not because of said cat waving, which was its own responsibility, I must add. There was no cat abuse going on in this house. But anyway, the cat it just walked off and died one day. Thank God. May it rest in peace, poor little Penny, but she was horrible. Well, anyway, the next day, the fish still jumped out of the fish tank and landed on the carpet and was there flapping away like a dead fish on the carpet. Well, my mum, Susan Powell, you must have been doing some dreadful things to those fish because they were all wanting to kill themselves. Goodness me. Suicidal fish, who would have thought it? Come on, Ernie Sparkle, says Ian Swanwick. No. Sorry, Ian, I am not speaking to you. You can do one. I'm joking, I do love you really, but don't you dare call me an old man. I'm not an old man, I'm a woman. I'm not even an old woman. I can show you my private bits if you want to see that I actually am a woman. But I'm not going to do that because it's only 9:10. Dragma's 60. Right, okay. I'm not going to read the comments anymore because you're all being very rude. I'm drinking, thank you, Geraint, I am drinking an expensive masquerade. Ooh, excuse me, it's making me burpy. It's very delicious. Now, it must be, I think it's my third one this evening. One fish loves your weave. Oh, thanks, Alex Waddell. I do love a fish's weave. Let's have a look at tonight's lockdown looks. So tonight's lockdown looks, we are looking at face masks. Look at this fabulous face mask. Because as we've gone through the weeks, we've been looking at the various fashion accessories for the lockdown. We've had hair, we've had outfits, we've had dance moves in the supermarket, and today we're going to have a look at masks. Look at this beautiful one. However, there is many gaps. So I don't know how effective that would be. You could look fabulous, but you won't be looking fabulous when you're in your coffin, will you, young lady? However, I do admire it. Perhaps if you wore a proper one underneath. I keep covering my mouth. Can you actually hear me when I do that? When you, if she wore a proper one underneath, it might be quite sensible and quite gorgeous, but I don't know. Let's have a look at the... Oh, God, talking about evil cats. Look at this one. Does anyone fancy a cat face? Now... Do you know what? One of the worst things about this lockdown, can I tell you? One of the worst things about this lockdown is I went to the cinema, and the last time that I went to the cinema, I went to see Cats. God knows what possessed me, but my mother, my dear old mother, she wanted to watch the film Cats, and so we watched Cats, we did. Oh my God, I've never seen anything so ridiculous in all my life. All my life, bloody Cats. Judi Dench... That crotch shot at the end. Has anyone else seen it? Has anyone seen that crotch shot? She's like, ooh, lifting up her crotch at the end of some kind of weird cat talent show. She's like flashing her flipping cat gash. Absolutely appalling. Appalling behaviour. Judi, shame on you. Oh, look at this one. Crochet. I've been doing some crochet during the lockdown. Not only have I been doing my online learning, doing my how to make these crazy things, but yes, I've been crocheting. I've been crocheting a Corona blanket. Maybe I'll show you next time. But I'm inspired by this look from Fashion for Bank Robbers. Can you imagine robbing a bank with this wonderful mask? It looks like bracelet. Oh, God. Now, do you remember I told you I have really bad teeth and I'm really upset at the lockdown because I was meant to have gorgeous teeth by now? They should have been in this week, actually. But anyway, I've got terrible teeth because of those bloody things, those braces, trains. Oh, actually, I quite like them now. Trains. Well, I had those train tracks for 7 years. 7 bloody years. They were only meant to be in for 2. Well, that's why my teeth are ruined. It's just he's doing a show. Who's doing a show, Becky Elizabeth King? Who's doing a show? And why are they doing a show during Dragma's Late Night Natterbox? They should not be doing shows. They should be watching Dragma's Late Night Natterbox and telling me what they're drinking. Whew. Oh, look. Oh, gross. Now, my brother, Jamie Powell, is not on tonight. Thank God, because he used to have the most I mean, if you were a trainer fetishist, you would love him. You'd be paying millions of pounds for those shoes. But my brother used to have the most disgusting smelling feet. Oh, God, he really did. Like, they would be in the hallway. My mum would make him take them off before he came in the house. He'd put them in the hallway, right? And even in the bedroom, locked behind doors, you could still smell those horrible trainers. Oh, how do you get feet to smell so bad? I do not know, but anyway, I'm sure the smell of his trainers would have done a lot in this outbreak. I'm sure that his trainers would have stopped the COVID outbreak full stop, because they smelled so bad it must kill anything that goes within 10 metres of the thing. So I think, actually, that trainers on your face are not a bad idea for the lockdown. I think that, Nicole, I think you would look quite good with trainers on your face. Perhaps you should show us. Put some trainers on your face and send a photo in, I would love to see. Oh, Alexandra Lexi Figiel says he was listening. Well, he was listening. Good. I'm glad he was listening, because his feet really did stink. Little stinker. Oh, I like this one. This one's for you vegans out there who don't want. Okay, I've just seen a train fetishist. A train? Oh, God, these trains are popping up everywhere, aren't they? Oh, goodness me. This mask here, look, it's for the vegans amongst you who don't want to wear leather shoes or trainers on your face, or any man-made products with any man-made bacteria or, like, bloke bacteria hanging on you. No way. These are for fresh salad lovers. This is a wonderful mask. I think this is... And if you get hungry, can you imagine? If you get hungry on your walking out and about, you could just numb. You could eat your mask if you get a bit hungry, a bit peckish. Oh, this one, pants on your face. Sophie Shears, I think this one's for you. You could wear your knickers on your face if you didn't, because PPE and masks are quite a shortage right now. And if you've not got if you haven't got any good sewing skills and you don't have any lettuces or trainers to hand, you could put your knickers on your face. Knickers on your face. Yes. I think this is a great look, this knickers on. Sophie Shears, I want you to try this one, and I would love for you to send a photo in. Actually, that reminds me a bit. My mum used to have those sorts of knickers, Mum. This sort of lavendery. I think they used to be white, but she used to put them in with her bed sheets, which were purple, and I'd just turn a lavender colour. At least in my care home, people do my laundry for me, thank God. Although that said, the drunk Irish lady did try to steal my lingerie the other day. I wasn't very impressed. No, well, she had a fancy man around. Did you know she's been having an affair? Well, I'm not going to speak much more about that. Oh, dick face. You could have a dick face. Look at that. A penis nose and ball bag chin. Do you think I'd look good in that with dick nose? Well, I don't know. Who made this tonight? Who made this show? My producers, I'm going to be having words with them. I can't have such X-rated stuff on. I'm going to move on. Oh, well. Would you look at that? I think this is my favourite one. Definitely. Look. Ooh, I wish all doctors were... All doctors... You can see how he's made his PPE, can't you? Can you all see that? That little cheeky. Look at the mirror behind him. That's how he's made his. You would know. Watch yourself, Dragma, says Care. What do you mean, watch myself, young lady? You've been having an affair, and we all know it. You've been doing... I saw Alex the chef coming out of your bedroom this morning, young lady. What was he doing in there? He wasn't flipping frying up shallots, was he? No. How does Dragma know you wear knickers? Says Kate. Well, Dragma doesn't know that Sophie wears knickers, but Dragma assumes that she does because I'm sure Dragma, and so Sophie, is a very hygienic, wonderful... Are you allowed to swear on live? Yes, I fucking am. I can say whatever the cocking hell I want, young lady. But I try not to, because I do actually get told off if I swear. But do you know what? After 8 weeks in this blimmin' fashion show here, I couldn't give a monkey's fig. Sophie, are you wearing knickers? Kate Knowles would like to know. That's the end of Lockdown Looks. What's next? No, there we go. Let's move on to the next segment. Ooh, here I am in the circus. In the circus. Look at these maniacs. Look, I'm just going to duck back a bit. I went to the circus. I've been to the circus. Well, Dragma, actually, after my West End career and my Broadway career, and after I was Elaine Page, and I joined the circus because I thought, do you know what, actually, these musicals are bloody boring and I want to do something quite exciting. So I joined the circus. I did. And I was, look, that's me there. Oh, no, I've gone now. There's me. There we go. Look, I'm swinging on my swing. I do love a swing. I was swinging back and forth. And my mother, she used to tell me, if you carry on doing that, you're going to fall off and break your back. Well, anyway, I did. Just to prove her right. Because do you know what? There's nothing worse than a mother who thinks they're right. It's always better to have a mother who knows they're right. See? He was glazing my buns, says Nick Hare. I do not want to know about your buns, young lady. But please, can I have my lingerie back, please? My lingerie? Very expensive it was. From Rigby and Pella. Yes, I get my lingerie from a very expensive bra shop, Rigby, because my boobs are so big, I have to have them specially made for me. It's true. Anyway, here's me doing my circus skills. Aren't I clever? You think I'm wonderful? Anyway, let's flip over to the news. Let's see what's happening on this week's Fake News.
Good evening. This is the Fake News on Friday the 15th of May. Scratch and sniff. Top scientists have revealed that the loss of smell is one of the coronavirus symptoms. However, people are unaware and therefore go shopping, spreading the virus further. The UK government has responded by publishing COVID-19 lockdown guidance in Scratch and Sniff. The latest legislation states that if you can smell the law, then you are free to go about your daily exercise, and anyone who cannot smell must self-isolate for 14 days. The publishing house for the new Scratch and Sniff legislation have come under scrutiny as people complained they could only smell fusty Roman toilets. A spokesman said, "The scratch and sniff movement never really took off, and the only successful scent we were ever able to produce was the horrible History's Rotten Romans privy scent. It's okay though, I quite like it. Reminds me of old school changing rooms." England versus Wales. Devolution of the United Kingdom has come under fire this week as confusion set out amongst the public as to which country's rules they should be abiding by. As English citizens tried to break into Wales and Welsh citizens attempted to take an English approach, things have become blurred. Welsh towns and cities are forcing localised devolution, with Newport paving the way, saying, "This is too confusing, and so we've set out simple rules to make things clearer. On even day numbers we will be Welsh, and on odd days we will be English. That way we know what rules to follow and how to best protect the NHS." Critics have said, "What happens on leap years? There's 2 odd days in a row." Return to the wild. Amongst growing reports of previously extinct or mythical creatures returning to the wild during the lockdown, reports of the Minotaur roaming Newport Road have been coming in thick and fast. One local resident said, "I was out doing my daily exercise down Newport Road, and when I looked over towards Dunelm, I saw the Minotaur waiting patiently outside for the store to open. I heard him mumbling something about needing to buy some 100% Egyptian cotton bedsheets." Government testing. In order to hit the Prime Minister's target of hundreds of thousands of daily tests to defeat the coronavirus, the government this week have received delivery of 2 million tests. On receiving the tests via Amazon, it was discovered that the government had actually ordered 2 million maths mock GCSE papers dated 1997. A government spokesperson said, "This was definitely not in any way whatsoever a mistake. We don't make mistakes. We understand that the coronavirus isn't very intelligent when it comes to numeracy, and so our tactic is to stress the virus out so much that it has no option but to give up and run away." TTEDF. The saga continues as Thomas the Tank Engine dance fever spreads further globally as calls to stop the spread of the virus mount. Kanye West was filmed spreading the virus to Jesus freaks at his local outdoor church. In the video, the whole gospel choir can be seen getting down and dirty with Kanye as he badly mimes playing the theme tune on his keyboard. Concerns were raised after Beyoncé was one of the first to come down with the virus. After her reported and mysterious fallout with Kanye in 2018, it is thought that Beyoncé deliberately infected Kanye in a bid to destroy his street cred. And that's the end of this week's roundup of the fake news. Join us next week for some more fake news.
I bloody did it again, but that time I remembered a lot sooner than normal. I definitely need someone in my studio pressing buttons for me. Okay, bye, Geraint. Off you go. Off you pop. Go on. Oh, Sophie's on the pink gin again. Little Alky. She's always on that pink gin. Look how much of this I've drunk. I'm going to be on the floor very soon. I'm telling you now. I will. I'm going to be crashed out like that on the floor. Yes, well, the Minotaur. What did you think of the Minotaurs coming back? See, all these extinct and mythical creatures coming back because of the lockdown. It's wonderful. I'm loving the lockdown. For that reason, for the fact that nature is starting to reclaim the place. Because I tell you what, mankind, we, as a race, have been absolute bastards to nature over the last, God knows, 300 years. It's about time that nature took back, I'm telling you now, because you know, it's absolutely appalling. Things we've been doing with nature. Well, building all these concrete bloody houses. I tell you one thing, I would much rather be living in a tree house than one of those bloody concrete houses down on Broadway. Ooh, a tree house would suit me just fine, and I know my landlady feels the same. She would love it. A train just passed. Do you know what? I do love trains. I do. I really do love them. I think they're marvellous. However, they destroy the countryside, but do you know what? I can forgive trains. Don't get too drunk as you go into a meeting later. Well, I don't give a fig, Becky. If I want to be drunk, where are you now, Dragma? Well, I'm in Trainland. Oh, trains. I do love trains. Which reminds me. Trains. Brings me to my final segment of the evening, doesn't it? Looks up to north. It is up to north, I think. I don't know. It's in probably some old bloke's model train set place. I would love a model railway like this. Can you imagine? You could go on, it would be brilliant in lockdown. You could imagine you're going to all sorts of places that you're not allowed to go to. That said, like this England and Wales thing, people in England, if you're watching this, do not bloody come to Wales. You are not welcome here until much further down the line, and then you'll be welcome with open arms. But right now, stay in your own country, thank you very much. Don't get too trained. You've got a track to keep on. Oh, darling, Alex, we established last week that Dragma lost her track. She came off her track years ago. Anyway, oh my God, it's 29 minutes past 9. Boo-hoo! That's the end of tonight's show. I'm sorry. And before we go, here's my final little segment for you. Songs about trains. Dancing and join along with me. I'm getting derailed. I am, darling. Everybody join Love Train. All the way now. Love ride, folks in Russia and China too. Don't you know that it's time to get on board and let this train keep on riding, riding on through? Well, you don't need no money, come on. Don't need no ticket, come on. Join in to ride this train, y'all. Come on, train. All of your brothers over in Africa. Tell all the folks in Egypt and Israel too. Please don't miss this train at the station. 'Cause if you miss it, I feel sorry, sorry for you. Sisters and brothers, join! Come on. Yeah, ride this train, y'all. Come on. Don't need no ticket. Come on, ride! Well, thank you so much for joining me on this Friday night. It's been a delight to see you. I'm glad you joined in. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I do love you all very much, and I look forward to seeing you next week because I love you. Come on! You can ride or stand, yeah. Make love around the world, yeah. Come on, stop the love train. Yes, I'll see you all next week. Thank you for joining us this evening. You are all fellas. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week. I will see you all very soon. Dragma loves you all very, very much. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves and one each other, and wear those masks out with pride, especially your trainer face there, Becky. Wear your trainer face, not Becky, Nicole. Wear your trainer face with pride. And Sophie, wear those knickers on your face with pride. Good night, I love you. I'll see you all next week.